You're such an asshole.
Good morning, children. Asshole consultant, we're going to bang them out real quick so that I could go to the cigar lounge and upload these things, and then I get to fly back and see my nieces for a little bit, but then I have to fly back because it's cold in Minnesota, and fuck Minnesota. Fuck the state, fuck the people, fuck the government, fuck the roads, and fuck the weather. Fuck all of you. You dating, trusting, baby voting fucks. Hey, Cappy. 4 years ago, I flew out of town to learn the family trade, which happens to be carpentry. To give this plea for advice, guys, just fucking write simply, a concrete foundation. I'm a published freelance photographer that has been doing it now for 10 years. You also don't fucking follow instructions there, pal. Did you pay? And then in here, and I gotta look up, oh, he did pay. I will run with your fucking money if you don't follow my instructions. Since you've been a published freelance photographer that has been doing it for 10 years now. Since I was a sophomore in high school, I took a break from photography and decided I needed a fallback option. Yeah, because you're not making money. Photography isn't a real business. It isn't. Unless you're really good. Unless you're Ansel Adams. So I chose to work my way to management at a trailer dealership to at least have that on my resume. Fast forward 2 years, I left that and went into carpentry. Do you think this is a good move? I chose to go blue collar, so if something were to ever happen, I could have a way to move around with blue collar and white collar work, hence the photography gig on the side. Do you think this is a good move, or should I stick with the photography and write out the experience letter? Would love to hear from you further. This is a major crossroad in my life, and I would really like a little bit of direction from you, Cappy. Please let me know what your fees are. Thanks, brother. Have a good weekend. 27 years old, by the way. All right. So I'm like, okay, you got to explain this. You are recently managing at a dealership, currently working carpentry, saving money for your photography business. Just want to feed the company while I feed myself, not in a labor aspect, but website expenses and marketing. And your spelling is for shit. In high school, I took up... See, I needed him to clear this up. In high school, I took up the hobby of photography. I was ambiguous about it and initially started submitting photos to lower-level workers that matched my interests. A couple years down the line, I was talking to an editor-in-chief and getting published in editorial work. I was also doing and still do promotional photographs. Figured I'd get a degree in arts. I dropped out of it in a few months, and that is far behind me. Money was good when it was coming, but I don't do the feast famine any longer, so I want to pursue something like management to diversify my resume. Now I'm working for my uncle doing carpentry, and he wants me to take over the business, learn the trade. Here's the question I have for you. While I was in management position, I decided to start my own business as a side hustle. Thought it was a good time considering I had time to build up enough of a reputation for my work. I'm just not sure if it's a great idea to go head first straight into entrepreneurship or stick with the carpentry full time. I know I can manage both on the side, but one side of the coin will always be lacking. Thanks, Gage. All right. Your carpentry is the best skill. Though selling trailers is not bad if you're making money doing that too. But I'm sorry, dude. Your carpentry is going to be second. It's always going to be second. And you're like, well, I got to work both jobs to feed me and my company. Your company should not need to be fed. It should be feeding you. And like every fucking photographer, big fucking quotes, photographer, you think you're going to make... No, you're not. You're not. You know when you're making money in photography? When you're making money in photography. So knock it off with this millennial bullshit. Go do carpentry. That's the best thing. I'd even work in the dealership if you could do that part-time or on weekends. And then if for some miracle photography actually starts paying, cool. I'm not saying don't do photography. But if you're working to spend money to run a photography business, you're the classical girl running a horse hobby farm who constantly loses money on it. Or some gal that runs a trinket shop. Or some dude, bro, who's washed up with a fat gut running a sports bar and they're all losing money. It's your hobby. It's not a business. It's a business the day it makes more money than you put into it. And it's a real business when it makes so much money that you're being paid $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $100 an hour. And it's like, whoa, shit, that's a good deal. So yes, the carpentry is a good idea. I would definitely continue on with the carpentry. That's solid. That's something that you will actually live off of. The photography, it's not a business. You're not making money, but I'm not saying not pursue it. Do not have it consume all of your money, right? And no, you're not a photographer. I'm just going to say You're not. I hope you prove me wrong someday. I hope you become the next Ansel Adams. But you're another 20-something dipshit. Well, I like taking pictures in black and white. I mean, dude, you go to Minneapolis and you go to all their like coffee stores and the pubs or whatever, and every artist that sucks dick has their fucking shitty ass black and white pictures up there of the famous house and of the lake. Oh, like there's some geese. No. Get a real fucking job, be a real man, and that's what you're doing with carpentry. So that's good to see, and then pursue your photography on this side. All right, that's it. Got to get to more requests. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.